Hello everyone, T-Man978. Right now we're taking a look at the retro card back G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Viper. Now, I like this style of Viper. It is retro like it's supposed to be. But one of the main things I've liked about this Cobra Trooper is the fact that it actually resembles Cobra Commander in such a way. More than the Cobra Troopers do. As far as the helmet. The other two people in this particular wave, I did not pre-order. Oh, I didn't order them at all. I don't know if I want them. Here's the retro Cobra Viper out of the packaging. And one of the things that the G.I. Joe team does with these figures that is different from the Marvel Legends team. Like, I always figured that if the Marvel Legends didn't come with a Build-A-Figure, they would be cheaper or whatever. They started doing retro card Marvel Legends, which have like barely any accessories sometimes, and they are the same price. They never drop the price of Marvel Legends, no matter how they're packaged. But with this G.I. Joe retro card, it's like you don't have a box, you just have the retro card. I'm not saying that it's a cheaper experience, but I'm noticing they give you more accessories. Now, I didn't want to do this up front, but he comes with 13 accessories if you don't include these two removable gauntlets right there, which would boost it up to 15. Cobra Island Cobra Viper has 6 accessories if I don't include his gauntlets that are removable, that actually have visible forearm skin under there. But yeah, I'm not taking that off. And it also has like a removable gun holster, but this has a belt. So yeah, there are quite a few differences in this stupid thing. The legs are kind of warped to the side, but every time I sit it right here, it's worse than when I have them anywhere else. But anyway, let's get back to the new one. All right, you get 2 pairs of fists right here. Detailless gloves, really not too much detail. It's just plain because they're mimicking the cartoon. You get the cupping hand right there, and you get a pointing hand, just like Cobra Commander would have. You get this pistol right here, nicely detailed. It's not gummy, it's like a hard plastic, and you see they painted the handle right there that has this like skull detail on it. And there is a Blast-Effects port. You get 2 removable magazines that are identical but different colors. They don't have bullets molded in. You get this suppressor, which I believe is painted because it has that black peg. Either that or they put a black peg in there on gray plastic. You get these 2 rifles right here, which are highly similar. It's like almost like the same mold back here, but then they retooled like everything else. So it has some of the same details, but it's definitely highly retooled. Like the stock is different, the barrels are different. You got this grenade launcher extension thing right there with the handle, different scoops, and of course their magazines. I can never just pick this stuff up. Their magazines can fit in like that on both of them. So there's that. They stay in there well. You get the goggles again. The goggles are pretty much the exact same thing as these goggles, which have a shinier, I guess, black paint on the lens, where this is silver. I always thought it was goofy that they have goggles and a whole face visor. This is the new backpack, which is just a basic regular backpack, no paint. One of the things they do as well, as far as the retro card, is some of the items don't have any painted details, just like the original toy would. But as you can see, they went all out for this Cobra Island one. So they blew the budget on that. So here's this. And of course you get this foot stand right here. Like 20 years ago, this would definitely say Cobra Viper Tampo right there, but yeah, they don't do that anymore. Let's take a close look at the Viper. Now, I like the shiny silver paint right there, but I do wish it was vac metal. They did it for Cobra Commander. That would have been awesome if they could. On his belt down here, he does have a separate holster. He has a molded in flashlight right there on the belt. It's not removable, but they did paint right there. That's cool. Get various pouches, and you see that he is completely pinless this time. Top and bottom. You still have some of the red detailing right there on the sides. And he has more standard, less detailed boots. Now that I've shown that, this helmet, yeah, the helmet seems to be the same, just less paint detail. Like you see the red on the inside and outside right there. They put gray on the back. The vest, less detail back here because going for an old school toy / cartoon look. There's still a lot of detail on the front of the vest and a lot of paint. And you see the pins right there in the arm. I like the way they did the pins on there, but not so much the legs on the original. And the boots. The boots go up a little bit higher, and they definitely have that more ribbed detail right there. But I don't think the body, it doesn't look like the body shares anything. Like this has a collar up under here, whereas this, he's probably wearing just a t-shirt detail under there. They made the vest come up higher and it's soft so you can get more articulation, which, let's go into that, I guess. Before we go into that, I wanted to show that the ball joints in the neck completely different. I love the hinge ball more than this. There's like damn near zero range in this, to be honest with you. But you can see the old ball joint is bigger, so the helmets aren't really exchangeable. You can put that there, but it's not connected. And this one, yeah, you can't get that on there at all. But articulation, you still have the ball at the base of the neck, so you get that. Damn it, I knew I was gonna do that. But I don't know who at Hasbro decided that everybody should have the universal ball necks, like the dumbbell at the top. Like the ball at the bottom, I get you on that, but the dumbbell at the top, if it doesn't help you get extra articulation, discontinue that, which I see that they're starting to do with Marvel Legends. And he does have butterfly. You get a lot back. Some forward, the arm goes out to the side, swivel. It's not very tight. Do that. The trigger hands are horizontal. I believe every other hand, the trigger hands are vertical, I mean. Every other hand is horizontal. And of course they rotate. You get the typical ab crunch with the ball at the base. You can go back a lot. You can come forward. I might be able to actually make it crunch underneath of there. Or actually, you know what? It's just soft. But you get a decent amount of range in that. You get side to side and rotate. Drop down hips. Legs go out to the side. Only that much. Yeah, it's not cut as wide as you would normally get. But you can kick up more than 90. Kick back. Thigh rotation. A lot of bend right there in a double jointed knee. That's awesome. Still get boot swivel. The feet always go back on every Hasbro figure. Come forward a lot and ankle pivot. Here they are geared up, holding weapons, the gun in the holster back here. The goggles on. I switched up the hand right there. I have the cupping hand on this figure right here. So they are cool. And this vest is crazy pliable. Trying to do things on camera, I could probably get the ab crunch to work better than I did. But all in all, I love that they come with the accessories they come with. I think all of the G.I. Joe figures, I expected during wave 1, I expected them to have this type of articulation that they have. And I expected everybody to come with multiple weapons and fist, with them being a first party Hasbro figure. I didn't get that, but it's cool that they are starting to do that with some figures. Only thing extra cool that they could have done is unmasked, but we have enough unmasked heads that we could probably fit on here. They didn't have a specific face, but yeah, what they came with is good. My only thing kind of disappointing is the fact that you can't store the rifles on their backpack. They used to try to make sure that you can hold everything when they first came out with these, but then they saw that that wasn't a top priority of ours, so they stopped doing that. And one thing I should mention, this suppressor can actually still fit on the other weapons, like even this pistol right here. It's silver, but if you want it to, it can still fit on all the weapons. Now, here they are with Cobra Commander, and I'm gonna stop right there. These are 6-inch action figure line. I've done more than one Viper review, so and I have a huge playlist, so I don't want to bore y'all to death. They fit in with Marvel Legends and anything else pretty much that's a 6-inch action figure line. But they are very cool and nice. Like I said, I wish they came with the vac metal mask like this guy did. They didn't. I think they did that because his mask is more than likely it's not more than likely, it's a separate piece from the helmet, so they could just do that. Whereas this is all one solid mold, just painted. I guess it must be harder to do. But I do like that their joints move more smoothly. The pinless joints, I like that. I like the accessories that it comes with. And of course it has cool G.I. Joe Classified Series articulation. And I like the retro style. Anywho, thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.